I mean, maybe he couldn't get it into beta or whatever because the handle fell off in his hand.
We've all been there, right?
All right. Non-military topic.
Ruh-roh.
The Lancair mishap. We've got the preliminary, and the NTSB preliminary report paints a complex picture. It was an LX7, by the way. So I guess the difference, even though the registration said 4PT, that they had changed the wing or something. So anyway, it was about 250 miles west of Abilene when the pilot told the NTSB a door seal failed, causing a loss of cabin pressure. He told ATC he was descending down to 10,000 feet to avoid hypoxia, and he and his passenger continued toward T-31, which is Arrow County Airport near McKinney, Texas. He reported no further anomalies with aircraft systems until about 5 minutes after establishing cruise at 10K. He said a prop RPM caution light appeared. Things are not going well. After reducing the RPM slightly, the warning light extinguished. As he approached the destination airport, he advised ATC he was unfamiliar with T-31 and performed a touch and go to see the field. But on the subsequent downwind leg to runway 17, he told the NTSB the throttle lever ball came off in his hand, and he handed it to his passenger. He continued his landing approach at idle power. At this point, his account diverges from the observations of the airport manager. He said he touched down in the first 500 feet of the 4,300-foot runway, and shortly thereafter hit the brakes gently while unsuccessfully trying to shift the prop into reverse thrust, aka beta. The manager said the airplane was about halfway down the runway when it touched down, followed by 3 seconds later by smoke from the tires. The report reads, according to the T-31 airport manager who examined the runway surface after the accident, the first visible tire skid marks were about 200 feet past the halfway point of the runway. Skid marks remained visible for about 1,300 feet until it departed the end. As the witness video showed, the aircraft overran the runway, crashed through a perimeter fence, and skidded onto the adjoining road where a motorist crashed into the cowling and right wing. Neither pilot nor passenger was injured. The motorist sustained minor injuries. Both the aircraft and automobile were substantially damaged. So, do we think there's some aeronautical decision-making stuff happening here, Gonky?
Yeah, maybe he couldn't get it into beta or whatever because the handle fell off in his hand.
We've all been there, right?
I've owned an experimental, and that's the kind of stuff that happens, right? Where the knob comes off, or the something, because they're home built. These
I don't know. I mean, how's it made? So, like, does he just go past idle? Does he go past idle into like reverse?
Okay.
And it?
That's it right there. So you see the red. He would have to bring it.
Oh, okay. So it's just like putting it in reverse. I gotcha. Okay.
So the knob is gone, but the handle's still there. So,
man, I don't know. It's so easy to armchair quarterback, But
yeah, it sounds like he kind of did like an SFO because it said he did the rest of the landing approach at idle. So he kind of did this low level flame out pattern. Probably had a little bit excess energy, which is good. But then it's a 4,000 foot runway.
Yeah,
I know some people are like, well, hey, how come he didn't divert? Which I agree with in some ways, because once he got the RPM caution light, which again, I don't know this aircraft, so I don't know, but I'm thinking, hey, I'm not going to go to an unfamiliar field where I have to go do a touch and go to practice. I'm going to go to something with a longer runway with emergency services and fire equipment and stuff like that, because this has already been a bad day. But like you said, hindsight's 2020. This is different. This is he could have been like, okay, all the bad stuff's behind me, which is a horrible way to think, but right. I understand it. He could have been like, well, okay, pressurization, I'm gonna have to get looked at, and prop RPM, but it recovered. Okay, fine. And then once the thing's in idle, I don't know what you do at that point.
I mean, having multiple issues like that, he's probably like, what the heck is going on here? Like, what is actually happening? Pressurization issue. The handle came off my hand. Why can't this thing stop?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously the best answer would have been go to a longer runway, but
yeah, whatever it was, man, I don't know, it's he or she, whatever. The pilot landed. I mean, it says in the report, right? This first skid marks were just past the halfway point of the runway. So
he landed long.
Yeah, he landed long, probably fast, right? So he probably just wanted to get it on the ground, which, I mean, I get it. But, and he did. He got her on the ground.
Nailed it.
Nailed it, right? But overran the runway, right? So
right to the parking spot.
Right.
Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, there'll be more. I mean, obviously more will come out of it, but man, I don't know. That's
nobody seriously injured is probably the best thing about this, but
exactly. I mean,
yeah, that's tough. Well, there's your update. Wombat, what do you think?
I get it. I mean, I've had compound emergencies where you get tunnel vision. You just want to put it on a runway and be done. I feel like you've been fighting the aircraft all day and you're like, just get this thing on the damn ground. So I get that, but I don't know. I don't know enough about the type of plane. I mean, I've never landed halfway down a runway when you could slam it on brick one. So I don't understand that either. So but that's just me.
All right.